Good morning, Northwood Temple Academy families, and happy Veterans Day to you. Today we want to spend some time just honoring you. Honor, a trait that is quickly fading away in our land. But today, you will be honored for your service to our country. Honor means to regard or treat someone with admiration and respect. It's interesting that the biblical definition of honor has the word heavy in it, because honor is a heavy, heavy concept. This is what we want to do as a school through our video presentation to you this morning, to honor our veterans, to regard each of you with respect and admiration for your service to our great country. And yes, I mean great country. The nation that others desire to move to, that they will stand in line to get into. And one of the reasons that everyone desires to get into this great nation is because of the freedoms and the opportunities that are found in a nation that is under God. NTA honors you because it is your service, your calling, your anointing that protects these freedoms that we hold dear. I want you to hear the words of one of our international students this morning. She's not on campus this year because of COVID. She is back in her country, completing her senior year in the NTA online program. But it was very important to this student and to her family that she graduate from a high school in the USA so that she could go to an American university. Listen to what she says to you and how she feels about the veterans of the United States. She says, "Good morning, veterans and parents. My name is Grace Choi. I am a senior at Northwood Temple Academy. I came to the United States 3 years ago from Busan, South Korea, and I've been learning a lot of things since I came here, especially many of the developed laws and how the American government treats their soldiers. This gave me an opportunity to learn and have a dream of fixing Korean laws. However, I was very surprised that a lot of us students here do not know what American soldiers did in the past. My nation, Korea, has had a lot of wars due to its locations. In the 1900s, Korea was almost conquered by Japan, and my ancestors had to go through many cruel situations and suffering. However, they succeeded in becoming an independent from Japan in 1945. She goes on to talk a little bit more about that war, but she says, however, the American Army came to Korea to assist us, and they had great success. General MacArthur restored half of the peninsula. If we did not have the American soldier, I would be living in a terrible government now. The fact that our generation is not aware of what our fathers or grandfathers have done for the world makes me feel sad, because I know they tried to make peace in the world and they have been successful. To be honest, I was one who did not think of veterans very much. But after I came to the United States, I got to meet many people who went to Korea for the war. And whenever I talk to them and hear that they had been in the Army, I feel so sorry yet very grateful to them. I am so grateful because I've had the opportunity to meet and know that many in the United States have sacrificed themselves not only for their country, but for my country also. Therefore, I want to go back to Korea and make people more aware of the help from the United States of America. Thank you, United States veterans. I honor you today. I honor you always, and I will pray for you to enjoy the blessings of being with God." And so that's from one of our international students this morning, whose great desire to come and study in the United States of America. Thank you, veterans. Thank you for protecting the very freedoms that others want to come to this great nation and experience. Northwood Temple Academy will be forever grateful for your service to our country, and we will continue to honor you. We are about 40% military students in our school population, so we want to take this day to honor you. As you will hear in the student presentations, they talk about their parents who serve, they talk about their moms and dads, just to bring you honor today. I hope it blesses your heart, because that is our heart intent today. Happy Veterans Day.
second grade would like to present Mighty Brave Veterans, our salute to the 5 branches.
Veterans Day celebrates the service of all mighty veterans. A veteran is a person who has served or is serving in the military.
The military consists of 5 main branches: Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, and Coast Guard. These 5 branches work together to help defend our country and protect our freedom.
Army. Soldiers enlisted in the Army defend and protect our country from the ground.
Navy. Soldiers enlisted in the Navy are called sailors. They defend and protect our country from the oceans.
Soldiers enlisted in the Air Force are called airmen. They defend and protect our country from the air. Marine Corps. Soldiers enlisted in the Marine Corps are called Marines. They work with the Navy to launch their missions but are able to work from the ground, air, or oceans. Marines are sometimes referred as the President's men. Coast Guard. Soldiers enlisted in the Coast Guard are called guardsmen or coasties. They defend and protect our country from the coasts of the United States.
Many soldiers have been wounded or killed while defending and protecting our country. We are thankful for all the men and women who have served and are serving our country. Thank you, veterans.
We are grateful. Tomorrow all the things were gone. I worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, and New York to LA. Well, there's pride in every American heart, and it's time to stand and say that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
We would like to thank the Army. This we will defend. Today, I choose to honor my grandpa, Bob Etheridge. He served in the U.S. Army. His rank was E4 and job assignment was Finance Corps, and was in service for 2 years.
I would like to thank Gregory Pierce for his service in the U.S. Army. He served all at the Fort Bragg, Fort Irwin, Mayo Clinic, and Fort Bliss for 10 years so far. His main job is a surgeon. We are grateful for all you have done for our country.
Today I'd like to honor my father, Chuck Erie. He served for 14 years in Special Forces as a sergeant major for the U.S. Army. He gave his right leg for our freedom while fighting in Iraq.
Today I choose to honor my stepdad, Aaron. He served as E5 in the Army for 6 years. Thank you for your service.
Today I choose to honor my grandpa, Joseph Salva. He was a sergeant first class. He was in the Army and served for 20 years at Fort Bragg. He was a paratrooper and a radio repairman. Thank you for your service.
Today I choose to honor my late great-uncle, Hannes Thomas Britt. He served over 30 years as an E5 sergeant in the Army. Thank you for your service.
Today I choose to honor my dad, William Nolan. He served as a Sergeant First Class Infantry recruiter for 21 years in the Army. Thank you for your service.
Today I choose to honor my mom, Madeline Broussard. She served as an E-Force Specialist and 254 Single Support Specialist for 6 years in the United States Army. Thank you for your service.
I would like to thank Captain Erica Ponte for serving in the Air Force for 5 years so far. His main job is to care for hurt soldiers. We are grateful for all you have done for our country.
Brianna should be right.
I would like to thank Sergeant Thomas Sanaki for serving in the U.S. Army. I would like to thank Sergeant Thomas Sanaki for serving in the U.S. Army. He served for 12 years. He was stationed in Fort Bragg and Schofield Barracks, Hawaii. His job was being a parachute rigger. We thank you for your service. I would also like to thank Sergeant First Class Jonathan Jordan for serving in the U.S. Army. He served for a decade. He was stationed in Fort Bragg and Camp McCall. He had 2 deployments in Afghanistan, 1 deployment in Pakistan, and 1 deployment in Morocco. His job was Special Forces Weapons Sergeant. We thank you for your service.
I would like to thank Gonzalez Harris for his service. He served in the Army for 6 years. His main job was in human resources. We are grateful for all you have done for our country.
Today I choose to honor my dad, Adam Bean. He served as a sergeant in the Army for 4 years and served in the Iraq War.
Today, I'm honoring Sergeant First Class John Jarrell. Sir, he served for 22 years as Bottle Motor Sergeant and Jump Master in the 82 Airborne.
I would like to thank Nathaniel Brown for his service. He served in the military for 12 years. His main job was utility repair. We are grateful for all that you have done for our country.
I would like to thank my dad, Chief Warrant II, Raymond Anthony Disciple II. He served for 15 years so far in the U.S. Army. His job is military intelligence. We are thankful for all you've done for this country. I would also like to thank my grandpa, a Master Sergeant Raymond Anthony Disciple I. He served for 22 years in the U.S. military. His job was a mechanic. We are grateful for all you've done for our country. I would also like to thank my great-grandpa, Isidro Agnaga. He served for 22 years in the U.S. Army. His job was chemical specialist. We are grateful for all you have done for our country.
I would like to thank my uncle, Sergeant Thomas Jude Hinterlong. He worked for 4 years in the U.S. Army as an airborne paratrooper and then left to join the U.S. Coast Guard, in which he spent 12 years. He worked in multiple positions, guarding our coasts from adversaries and drug cartels. However, he has recently passed. Though I would like to let him know we are grateful for all of his service. Thank you. I would also like to thank the Marines, Semper Fidelis, always faithful. I would like to thank Staff Sergeant Justin Huddleston for his service. He served in the United States Marine Corps from 2000 to 2009. His main job was as a military police officer and was first deployed shortly after September 11th, 2001, with the 22nd Marine Expeditionary Unit. He also deployed 2 additional tours to Iraq, and he provided convoy security routinely. And so I would like to thank my brother for his service. Thank you.
I would like to thank the Air Force. Aim high, fly, fight, win. I would like to thank Senior Master Sergeant Therese D. Spees for her service. She served for 23 years in the Air Force, and she's still in. She was deployed to Turkey, and we're grateful for all she has done for our country.
I would like to thank my Uncle Odd for his service. He served in the military. His main job was to protect our country. Thank you.
We would like to thank the Coast Guards. Semper Paratus, always ready.
Today I choose to honor my grandpa, Michael R. Dyer. He served as an E9 Master Chief for 33 years in the Coast Guard. Thank you for your service.
Today I would like to honor the Navy. Semper Fortis, always courageous. Today I would like to choose to honor my great-grandpa James A. Farmer. He served as a E7 Chief Petty Officer in the Navy Hospital Corpsman for 23 years. Thank you for your service.
I would like to thank the National Guards. Always ready, always there. Veterans Day is a holiday celebrated on November 11th. Veterans Day is intended to honor those who have fought for us in the military and those who have fought for our freedoms. We should honor veterans all the time, not just on Veterans Day. Without our veterans, we would not have many things such as racial equality and freedom from Great Britain. Veterans Day is simply to help us remember those who have fought for us. Veterans Day was originally named Armistice Day, and it was created right after World War I. The war ended on the 11th hour of the 11th month of the 11th day. It is celebrated each year at the end of the war. Veterans Day is separate from Memorial Day on May 30th to remember those who died fighting for us. My mom, dad, and brother are all veterans. Every year we celebrate Veterans Day. We usually go to a parade or ceremony. A couple of years ago, my brother was even in one of the parades. Our family regards Veterans Day as important because of the people who fought and sometimes died fighting for us and made many other sacrifices. Veterans Day should be considered important because of so many people that have made so many sacrifices. These sacrifices are what allows us to have freedoms and rights that we have today. Many of these freedoms are crucial to everyday life. I am grateful to have them.
My grandpa is a veteran in the Army. He was a chaplain who served 31 years. He retired as a colonel. I am proud of him. When my grandpa was in the Army, he was sent to Iraq. He helped take care of the soldiers who were in the combat zone. My grandpa told me that a chaplain does 3 things: nurture the living, care for the hurting, and honor the fallen. My grandpa also served at Fort Bragg. While he was there, he did casualty operations. He made death notifications and conducted funerals. He traveled to over 25 states helping families. My grandpa said that was the hardest and saddest thing he ever did. My grandpa has taught me about the Army values. The values are loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage. I believe that we all need to live these values. I am thankful to God for all of our veterans. I believe the best thing we can do for our veterans is to honor them and pray for them.
Today, I am going to be talking about the importance of Veterans Day, but first, some history about it. Veterans Day, also known as Armistice Day, was accepted as a holiday on May 13th, 1938, right after World War I, but then it changed to November 11th, 1954. They honored veterans of World War II and from the Korean War. That is why they changed the date. I think Veterans Day is important because we should take time to honor the men and women who have served our country. This is the least we can do. Those men and women sacrificed themselves. Some of their friends died fighting. We could at least say thank you to them by celebrating Veterans Day. This is why I think Veterans Day is important. My family is a 3-generation military family. I know the importance of Veterans Day. God kept my great-grandpa, grandpa, and my dad. I pray that my dad comes back from every deployment.
What is Veterans Day? Is it just men and women serving in the armed forces? Or is it no more than a cliche? It's not just a job, it's an adventure. Yes, there is more. It's a family created of many different people, religions and creeds, political views, family background, nationalities, and more. All come together with the understanding that I am my brother's keeper. It is a forever family of best friends. What Veterans Day means to me is to honor those who are serving and have served. Those who chose to protect our freedoms and the freedoms of others. We honor those veterans who sacrificed everything for the protection of our country. The first person I think of when I think of Veterans Day is my mom and my grandfather. My mom served in the Army. She told me and my brother so many stories from the 3 years that she served in the military. The stories she told were either very funny, sad, very upsetting to her, or even an interesting mystery. She is the best. She is a great role model to me. We still sometimes cry laughing to this day about her experiences in the military. Next I think of is my grandfather, who is in combat. He was in World War II. He would have been 100 this year if he was still here. In conclusion, I just want to say thank you to our veterans who are serving and have served.
What does it mean to be a citizen with veterans who protected our country? It means a lot to know that these people, while we are sleeping, fought for us. It is very important to honor our veterans. If we do not honor them, they will feel unimportant and won't want to fight for us. They fought for us. They wanted to fight for us. This day was originally called Armistice Day. Veterans are some of the most important people in society today. Some have lost limbs and some have PTSD. They sacrificed their life for us. They fought for us so we could sleep peacefully. These veterans have fought for their families. These families must have been heartbroken to see these people leave for war. They have left their families for long periods of time. They must really have the guts to go into war. I don't think I would have the guts to leave my family and risk my entire life. Some of these veterans died for us. This day is for the dead and the living. God honors these men and women. Like John 15:13 says, "Greater love has no one than this, that someone lay down his life for his life."
Veterans Day is the one day a year that is dedicated to show our appreciation to those who have served in the military. Every day you risk your life to continue to serve our country. Many of our veterans have traveled overseas to continue to protect this country. God has continuously kept his hand of protection over our veterans. Veterans Day to me is another opportunity to respect and honor and give my gratitude to those who have cemented a firm foundation for this country. Although there may be consequences from being in the military, such as PTSD, you continue to fight for our freedom. Being in the military, you must have an abundant amount of hope, courage, perseverance, and faith in God. Every day, the thought of death remains in not only your minds, but the minds of the families. You continue still to fight for this country. One day a year to honor our veterans who have risked their lives for this country is not enough. Every day, not only the veterans, but their families had to continuously keep their faith strong in God. Every day is another opportunity for us to show our thankfulness and gratitudes to our veterans. I will continue to pray over our veterans and pray for God to bestow wisdom and guidance over them.
Why do we celebrate Veterans Day? What is it? Is it a holiday? A Memorial Day? What is the meaning of it? We celebrate Veterans Day on November 11th. Veterans Day is the day of the year that we celebrate our veterans, the ones who have served our country. We celebrate the veterans who are currently serving now and the ones who have served before. A veteran is someone who serves in the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, or Coast Guard. How do we celebrate Veterans Day? Some people celebrate it by making cards. Some people do something big and special. Most schools hold a ceremony for the ones who have helped us. They sing or do something special for the veterans out there. It doesn't really matter what you do. What matters most is the meaning of the gift. So today we honor the veterans out there who have given to us. Now we have a chance to thank them and give back to them. So on today I will read a poem in honor of the veterans. On today we honor them all, the ones who stood strong, the ones who stood tall. Even if they might face death, they fought for our country with every last breath. They fought for our freedom, yes, me and you, and through all their struggles, they stood for the red, white, and blue. They stood for liberty, they stood for our rights. They knew what they were fighting for, even if they wouldn't see another minute of daylight. Soldiers young and old, they fought brave and bold. They all battled for the stripes and stars. Yes, the stars, the states, all 50. They fought for the phrase, "This is America, the land of the free." So on this fine day, we would all like to say, you are a warrior, a guardian, a hero, if I may. We would all like to say thank you so much for the price you have paid. Happy Veterans Day.
Happy Veterans Day from a middle school. We love you.
I'll be reciting a Veterans Day poem that I wrote in honor of the veterans. Thank you for your dedication to help protect our great nation. I know that war is not fun, but you guys know how to get it done. Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, Coast Guard, Space Force, all the branches, thank you for your service. Thank you to the men and women, active and retired, for your service. Happy Veterans Day.
A Veterans Day poem written by Senior Jenna Bradshaw. To the veterans who laid down their life, for all the ways you have sacrificed, for all the long and sleepless nights, to the days when you cannot see any light. Today we want to honor your bravery, for all the strenuous days of recovery. To your fellow soldiers who did not make it through, you all have done what many cannot do. Through the air, water, and sand you've traveled, to the sound of the gun that seemed to rattle, for the days when getting up seemed impossible, to when you finally made it through your last obstacle. Your endurance will forever reign in my heart. To the United States, you're forever a part. Thank you for fighting for our freedom, season through season. God bless you. Happy Veterans Day.
This letter is dedicated to my father and all other veterans who are fathers. You have always been a rock for me to hold on to. You work every day just to give to others. You protect people and this country. My protector, my giver, and my rock. You always strive to grow and learn. You are a student and a teacher. Learning is not just for yourself, but to teach others as well. You guide, correct, teach, learn, grow, and share. Student, teacher. You have 3 children and a wife. Through hardships, your responsibilities are fulfilled. You take care of not only us, but others, even strangers, taking the time to help people. Father, husband, helper. You have done many great things. Though names and words cannot always describe someone, actions can. So thank you for your actions. Thank you for sacrificing so that I could have the freedom of life. Thank you, Dad.
A Veterans Day poem written by my fellow senior, Manny Sepulveda. Your colors are red, white, and blue. Serving for us is all you do. Fighting for us day and night, never knowing if it's your last flight. Thank you for what you do. Freedom, joy, and peace. You won't stop fighting until they cease. This country is what you love. You are protected by God above. Thank you for what you do. You travel land and sea so that you can keep us free. Some live, some die, but you all come out with pride. Thank you for what you do. You fight for us and our rights. Keep going, day and night. There's not much more to say. Thank you for everything. Happy Veterans Day.